Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, I went to bed sad last night because I received confirmation and word that Dr. Floyd Poore had passed away. Dr. Floyd Poore was a primary care physician that practiced in this area for a long, long time. But Floyd had several careers, including a political career. I first met Floyd Poore when I parked cars at a political fundraiser out at the Oak Brook Country Club for Martha Lane Collins. I'll never forget, it was hilarious. I was a teenager, and all these people were pulling up in these fancy cars, and I knew some of them. I'd met some of them already, but it was hilarious. I mean, Happy Chandler, Martha Lane Collins, the who's who in northern Kentucky, around the state of Kentucky, came to this big event. And there was Floyd Poore in one of his famous bright-colored suits. And Floyd was short, stocky, always had a cigarette, always had a smile, and he was flamboyant. He wore these flamboyant. Now, I was the chairman of the Kenton County Republican Party at the age of 24, but I sat and watched from the outside of Floyd Poore help get Martha Lane Collins elected, get screwed over by her. Then he helped the Wilkinsons, of course, got screwed over by them. And actually, Floyd and I developed a bond, I think, because both of our experiences getting screwed over by people that we supported in politics. So then I really got to meet him and get to know him when he ran for Congress against Jim Bunning. And for several years, Floyd Poore and I got very close. And I told Floyd this when I first got to meet him and talked to him. I said, Floyd, you are so much more different. In fact, I've said this before. Floyd Poore was more different than what the public thought of him back in those political days than anybody had ever known. Because he was flamboyant of how he dressed, people kind of thought that Floyd was just kind of a flamboyant country bumpkin. I never knew anybody that was any smarter when it came to politics, life, and general things than Floyd Poore. He was. I said, Floyd, you're smarter than hell. And Floyd loved having me because he had somebody that he said was like him. And it was awesome. I really enjoyed those several years of being around Floyd Poore, and I got to meet his family. And by the way, Floyd Poore has a wonderful family. Christy Nelson, who I'm honored, worked under me in training as a lawyer at Deters Lavelle for a while, and's gone on to do great things on her own, including beating cancer. But Christy Nelson is one of the most wonderful people in the world. All of his kids, I got to meet them all. You know Kim Mosier probably more than the others because she's a state representative married to Dr. Neil Mosier. But the whole family, all the girls, his son Doug, all of them, just great people. His wife Margie had previously passed away. For the last 20 years, I didn't see Floyd. However, this is funny, we reconnected on Facebook. And I know my political views, some are shared by him, some aren't shared by him being a Democrat, a conservative Kentucky Democrat. But Floyd Poore, after his political career, went back to practicing medicine and practiced medicine. He was not afraid of hard work. But the stories he told me and shared with me, belly laughs. He was a great guy. So I'm sad to hear that he passed away, and I want to do a video to honor and give tribute to Floyd Poore and wish he and his family and his kids and all his grandkids and great-grandkids and everybody, I hope everybody hangs in there. And you know what? You can judge a man all kinds of ways. And any way you judge Floyd Poore, he comes out a winner. He's a good guy. I'll miss you, Floyd. I love you. Sorry we didn't get to spend more time in the last 20 years. It's just called life. The way life takes us on different journeys. And, you start raising kids, you lose contact with people. Everybody out there listening to this knows how it is. But it doesn't change the fact that Floyd Poore was my friend, and he was one of the most fascinating people I've ever known. And I've known a lot of people. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. I love you, Floyd.